Think and Grow Rich Chapter 7, Organized Planning. Extended Edition. Introduction. Welcome to this profound and detailed exploration of Chapter 7 of Napoleon Hill's masterpiece, Think and Grow Rich. This chapter, titled Organized Planning, is officially designated as the sixth step toward riches. It represents the crucial phase where the abstract energy of desire is crystallized into concrete action. Napoleon Hill teaches us that everything man creates or acquires begins in the form of a thought impulse, a desire. But that desire is merely a dream until it is taken into the workshop of the imagination and processed into a practical, organized plan. In this session, we will break down the mechanics of building these plans with a mastermind alliance, examine the 11 major causes of leadership failure, walk through the 28 essential self-analysis questions for your personal inventory, and master the QQS formula for career advancement. This is the blueprint for turning your vision into reality. Part 1. Building Practical Plans with a Mastermind Alliance. Napoleon Hill is adamant that no individual has sufficient experience, education, and native ability to ensure the accumulation of a great fortune without the cooperation and brains of other people. The Mastermind Alliance is not just a suggestion. It is a requirement for anyone seeking significant success. Here is the step-by-step process for building your plans through this principle. 1. Ally yourself with a group. The first step is to surround yourself with a group of people who possess the skills, knowledge, and perspectives that you lack. This group should be as large or as small as needed to create and execute your specific plan. Hill states that compliance with this instruction is absolutely essential. 2. The principle of reciprocity. Before you even form your alliance, you must decide what advantages and benefits you can offer to the members of your group. No intelligent person will work indefinitely without some form of compensation. While this doesn't always have to be money, it must be something of value that induces their enthusiastic cooperation. 3. The discipline of regular meetings. You must arrange to meet with the members of your mastermind group at least twice a week, and more often if possible, until you have jointly perfected a workable plan for your goal. These meetings are the forge where your ideas are hammered into reality. 4. The law of perfect harmony. This is perhaps the most difficult but most important rule. You must maintain perfect harmony between yourself and every single member of your group. If there is friction, the mastermind principle ceases to function. Harmony is the fuel that allows the collective mind to tap into higher levels of intelligence. 5. The persistence of the planner. Your first plan will likely fail. When it does, do not be discouraged. Replace it with a new plan. If the second plan fails, replace it with a third. Hill reminds us that temporary defeat is not permanent failure. It simply means your plan was not sound. Rebuild, restart, and remember, a quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Part 2. The 11 major causes of failure in leadership. Leadership is a prerequisite for great success, but leadership is a responsibility, not a privilege. Hill distinguishes between leadership by consent, which is effective and enduring, and leadership by force, which is destined to fail. To be a leader people want to follow, you must avoid these 11 major causes of failure. 1. Inability to organize details. A leader who cannot master the details of their position is essentially a ship without a rudder. Efficient leadership requires the ability to organize and direct the details of the operation. 2. Unwillingness to render humble service. The greatest leaders are those who are willing to do anything they would ask a follower to do. The greatest among you shall be the servant of all is a practical business principle, not just a moral one. 3. Expectation of pay for what they know. The world doesn't care what you know. It only cares what you do with what you know. A leader must be a person of action, not just a person of theory. 4. Fear of competition from followers. A weak leader fears that a talented follower will take their job. A strong leader trains their followers so well that they can take over, thereby freeing the leader to move up to even greater positions. 5. Lack of imagination. A leader must be able to see around corners. Without imagination, they cannot create the plans necessary to guide their followers through emergencies or changing market conditions. 6. Selfishness. The leader who hogs the spotlight and takes all the credit for the team's success will eventually find themselves without a team. A true leader gives away the credit and takes the blame. 7. Intemperance. Followers do not respect a leader who lacks self-control. Intemperance in any form, whether it's anger, ego, or physical habits, destroys the leader's endurance and authority. 8. Disloyalty. Loyalty is the foundation of trust. If a leader is disloyal to their associates, their superiors, or their followers, they will soon find themselves standing alone. 9. Emphasis of the authority of leadership. The efficient leader leads by encouragement and inspiration, not by trying to instill fear. If you have to tell people you're the boss, you probably aren't. 10. Emphasis of title. A title is just a label. A real leader doesn't need a fancy name on their door to command respect. Their actions and character provide all the authority they need. 11. Lack of understanding of the principles of cooperation. Leadership is the art of inducing others to work together toward a common goal. If a leader doesn't understand how to foster cooperation, they are merely a manager, not a leader. Part 3. The 28 Self-Analysis Questions for Personal Inventory. Hill believes that just as a business must take a regular inventory of its stock, an individual must take a regular inventory of their character and progress. He suggests an annual self-analysis to identify areas for improvement. Here are the 28 questions you must answer with brutal honesty. 1. Have I attained the goal which I established as my objective for this year? 2. Have I delivered service of the best possible quality of which I was capable? 3. Have I delivered service in the largest possible quantity of which I was capable? 4. Has the spirit of my conduct been harmonious and cooperative at all times? 5. Have I permitted the habit of procrastination to decrease my efficiency? 6. Have I improved my personality, and if so, in what ways? 7. Have I been persistent in following my plans through to completion? 8. Have I reached decisions promptly and definitely on all occasions? 9. Have I permitted any of the 6 basic fears to decrease my efficiency? 10. Have I been either overcautious or undercautious? 11. Has my relationship with my associates been pleasant? If not, is the fault mine? 12. Have I dissipated any of my energy through lack of concentration of effort? 13. Have I been open-minded and tolerant on all subjects? 14. In what way have I improved my capacity to render service? 15. Have I been intemperate in any of my habits? 16. Have I expressed any form of egotism, either openly or secretly? 17. Has my conduct induced my associates to respect me? 18. Have my decisions been based upon guesswork or upon accuracy of analysis? 19. Have I followed the habit of budgeting my time, expenses, and income? 20. How much time have I devoted to unprofitable effort? 21. How may I budget my time to be more efficient next year? 22. Have I been guilty of any conduct not approved by my own conscience? 23. In what ways have I rendered more and better service than I was paid for? 24. Have I been unjust to anyone, and if so, in what way? 25. If I were the purchaser of my own services, would I be satisfied? 26. Am I in the right vocation? If not, why not? 27. Has the purchaser of my services been satisfied? If not, why not? 28. What is my present rating on the fundamental principles of success? Get this checked by someone else. Part 4. The QQS Formula for Career Advancement. The final piece of the organized planning puzzle is the marketing of your personal services. Whether you are an employee or an entrepreneur, you are selling your time and talent. Hill provides the QQS formula as the gold standard for success. Quality of service. This is the habit of performing every task, no matter how small, with the highest level of efficiency and care. It is about excellence as a standard, not an occasional act. Quantity of service. This is the habit of rendering all the service you are capable of at all times. It is about going the extra mile and being the most productive person in the room. Spirit of service. Hill emphasizes that this is the most critical element. It is the habit of maintaining a harmonious, agreeable, and cooperative attitude. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you are difficult to work with, you will never reach the top. A pleasing personality and a spirit of service are the magnets that attract opportunity. By applying the QQS formula, quality, quantity, and spirit, you make yourself indispensable. You don't have to look for opportunities. They will find you. Part 5. The philosophy of marketing your services. Napoleon Hill also provides a deep insight into the mindset required for marketing personal services. He notes that the old way of doing business was based on getting. The new way, which is even more relevant in our modern economy, is based on giving. When you approach your career with the mindset of, how can I render the greatest possible service, rather than, how much can I get paid, you tap into a fundamental law of nature. Riches follow service. The more value you provide to the world through your organized plans and your mastermind alliance, the more the world will reward you. This is the essence of the QQS formula. It is a commitment to excellence that transcends mere employment. It is a way of life that positions you as a leader in your field. Furthermore, Hill reminds us that the world does not pay men for that which they know. It pays them for what they do or induce others to do. This is the core of organized planning. It is the transition from the knowing phase to the doing phase. Without the bridge of a plan, all your knowledge is just potential energy. With a plan, it becomes kinetic energy that can move mountains and build fortunes. Final summary of actionable points. To ensure you can immediately apply the lessons of Chapter 7, here are the 7 highly actionable takeaways. 1. Form your mastermind alliance today. Identify 2 or 3 people whose skills complement yours and invite them to collaborate on your major goal. 2. Schedule bi-weekly planning sessions. Consistency is the key to refining your plans. Don't wait for inspiration. Create a schedule. 3. Audit your leadership habits. Go through the 11 causes of failure and honestly identify which ones you are most prone to. Create a plan to correct them. 4. Complete your annual self-analysis. Set aside 2 hours this weekend to answer the 28 inventory questions. Be brutally honest with yourself. 5. Apply the QQS formula to your current job. Starting tomorrow, focus on improving the quality, quantity, and especially the spirit of your work. 6. Embrace temporary defeat. When a plan fails, don't quit. Analyze why it failed, learn the lesson, and immediately draft a new plan. 7. Focus on giving value first. Shift your focus from, what can I get, to, what can I give? The rewards will follow the service. Conclusion. Chapter 7 teaches us that success is not an accident. It is a result of meticulous, organized planning. By leveraging the power of a mastermind alliance, mastering the attributes of leadership, conducting rigorous self-analysis, and delivering exceptional service through the QQS formula, you create a foundation for success that cannot be shaken. Remember the words that Hill used to close this section. Success requires no explanations. Failure permits no alibis. Your future is in your plans. Make them sound, make them organized, and make them happen. Start building today.